For the first time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the name of Mephisto was mentioned, and we got a glimpse of Lady Death. It seems this boy is indeed Agatha's son. The third episode of Agatha, All Along, has been released, and I must say, the writing here is excellent. Now I understand why the first two episodes were released together, because each upcoming episode will show Agatha's coven facing different trials. The episode itself is titled Through Many Miles of Trick and Trials, which is a line from the Ballad of Witches. This episode talks about Agatha's son, shows us the craft of the potion witch, and gives a clear look at Lady Death. Someone call Thanos, and poor Mrs. Hart, Sharon, is no longer with us. However, we didn't get to see Rio Vidal in this episode, which has sparked a strong fan theory. I'll talk more about that later. So today I'm breaking down the third episode of Agatha, All Along. Keeping spoilers in mind, let's begin. The episode begins with Witches' Road, where, as the name suggests, the witches are decoding the ballad, which tells them they will have to face their worst nightmares through many trials. The problem is that the witches don't have their magic. But here, the boy suggests witchcraft. Ever since my previous breakdown, where I mentioned that this boy might not be Billy, but Agatha's son, Nicholas Scratch, I've been keeping a close eye on him. He knows about Witch's Road and other things. He's the one who suggests witchcraft, and even while making the potion, he explained the true meaning of the ingredients. He seems to know more than the potion witch herself. This scene is very misleading. The episode also talks about Agatha's son, which we will discuss later. But I want to make it clear that viewers are being misled. And if you remember, Marvel has done this before. Marvel kept revealing different names for the series, like Agatha Coven of Chaos, Agatha Darkhold Diaries, and Agatha House of Harkness. We thought Marvel was confused, but then Marvel announced in its marketing that it's been Agatha all along. This is a long game. Marvel even mistakenly revealed in the first teaser trailer subtitles that this boy is Billy. But since the major parts of the series refer to him as the teen, it's clear the name Billy was deliberately used in the subtitles as a misdirect. Something is definitely up. Later in the episode, a witch talks to a figure called Sizzle, saying that a reduction spell has been cast on the boy to hide his true identity from the witches. They also call the boy names like Sparkly Little Mystery and paste that a cranky witch smashed under a rock. In the previous episode, he was called a miscreant sacrifice and other names. So, pay attention, as many names are being used for this boy. Agatha makes her motive clear. She has come to Witch's Road to gain powers. Jennifer is here to find out what happened to her mother. And then Lilia, who sees old age and Lady Death in this episode, which is shocking, as it's the first time Lady Death has appeared in the MCU. Now it's theory time. So, Lady Death appears here, and there's a rumor that Rio Vidal is actually Lady Death, who came to take Agatha. They fought because Agatha kept cheating Death by stealing the powers of other witches. That's why she came to see Agatha in Episode 1. I mentioned in my biggest change in MCU video last week that Marvel is planning to show Rio Vidal, played by Aubrey Plaza, in future projects. This makes perfect sense, as Lady Death can be introduced anywhere in the MCU. And it would be awesome. Coming back to the breakdown, Lilia is obviously moving away from Lady Death. Now let's talk about Alice Wu. I already mentioned in my Agatha All Along trailer breakdown who Alice Wu is. In the comics, Alice Wu is searching for her mother's killer, who is a demon. It's clear that she came to Witch's Road for this reason. Agatha's coven sees a house. If this series feels more realistic than others, it's because of the practical effects used. Series creator Jack Schaefer mentioned in an interview that they use practical sets and effects as much as possible to rely less on CGI, which is commendable in today's time. As soon as they enter the house, not only do their clothes change, but the resolution of the episode also changes. This reminds me of WandaVision, where the resolution inside the hex was different from the outside. Jack Schaefer, who made WandaVision, brings her style to Agatha All Along. Inside the house, someone mentions, it's like huge tiny lies. There's no such thing as huge tiny lies. Disney just can't use the name of the famous HBO series Big Little Lies, which features a similar house. This first trial, where the coven drinks wine and gets poisoned, and the potion which has to find the antidote, is a simple concept. But here, lucid visions start appearing to the Coven members. At the beginning of the trial, Jennifer talks to the teen about Agatha and reveals that Agatha sacrificed her son for the Book of the Damned, aka the Darkhold. She speculates that her son might have become a demon or an agent of Mephisto. This is the first time the word Mephisto has been mentioned in the MCU. Many fans thought Mephisto would show up in WandaVision, but that didn't happen. However, this time, with Agatha's story deeply tied to the Darkhold, and now with the explicit mention of Mephisto, we are potentially heading toward his introduction. The trial continues, and the witches must survive while hallucinations of their worst fears come to life. We get to see Agatha reliving moments of betrayal from her past coven. There's a scene where her mother, Agatha Harkness, confronts her once again, and it's truly chilling. Meanwhile, Jennifer's vision is of her mother, which strengthens the theory that her story will connect directly to Alice Wu's comic arc. It seems that Marvel is going for a more emotional storyline with Jennifer, contrasting with the chaos around Agatha. As the witches endure their fears, the boy, still referred to as the teen, seems unaffected by the hallucinations. He stands out as the only one who doesn't experience any fear, further fueling the theory that he isn't just any ordinary witch but might indeed be Nicholas Scratch, Agatha's son. His calm demeanor suggests that he might even be manipulating the witch's fears, making this trial his own playground. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's a strong fan theory that Rio Vidal is in fact Lady Death, and she has some sort of unfinished business with Agatha. If that's the case, we could see Rio return in future episodes, possibly even as a major player in the broader MCU. If Marvel plans to introduce Mephisto, Lady Death, and the Darkhold's full powers, we might be getting an epic showdown on a cosmic level soon. This episode packed in a lot of new information and big reveals. The references to the Darkhold, Mephisto, and Lady Death set the stage for some exciting developments in the MCU. If the rumors about Avengers Secret Wars are true, we could see many of these mystical elements play a huge role in the upcoming movies. That's all for today's breakdown of Agatha All Along Episode 3. What did you think of the episode? Do you believe the teen is really Billy, or is he Nicholas Scratch? And is Rio Vidal truly Lady Death? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and share it, and subscribe to our channel for more content. For the breakdown of Episode 1 and 2, watch the video above. And to know how powerful Sentry is, watch the one below. I'll be back with a new video soon.